I'm not even gonna lie to you, I haven't been feeling like myself lately. I've just not been doing shit that I'm supposed to be doing. I've read this book recently called Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and I finished that shit. And up until I finished it, I was reading like 3 to 4 hours daily. But now that I've finished it, I've kind of just went down this negative spiral, and instead of reading or instead of doing something productive, I'm kind of just watching Netflix or just fucking around. Like, I'm not even doing anything to make progress towards my goals. And recently, I truly haven't been feeling like myself. Like, I've lost touch with reality type shit. I haven't been making any sort of progress. I haven't been consistent. I haven't been recording videos. I haven't been reading. I haven't been meditating. I haven't been taking care of my mental health. And all of this has compounded into this huge pile of depression. I don't really believe in depression. Like, that's just not my thing. I don't accept that as something that can happen to me. But at the same time, I do feel a deep unfulfillment, like a deep dissatisfaction with my current reality. I'm not making progress. I'm just stagnant. I'm bored. I'm constantly watching Netflix. Like, my dopamine receptors are literally fucked. I'm not going to say beyond repair because it's always repairable, but right now it's pretty much the worst it's ever been in my life. And, today I was thinking about the fact that I haven't made a video in about like 4 or 5 days. And I was just like, what the fuck should I make a video about? Like, I haven't been doing anything. But then I remembered one of my favorite quotes by Dave, the rapper, the English rapper. He said, expose your emotions because others might need it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. If you can relate to this in any sort of way, if you can resonate with this message of, yeah, well, fuck, I don't really know what I'm doing with my life right now, then yeah, that's kind of just, I wanted to find comfort in the fact that maybe other people are going through the same shit as well. But at the end of the day, this is really interesting, the fact that I'm doing pretty much mentally, in like mental wise, I'm doing the worst I've pretty much been doing for a very long time. But it's still better than 99% of people. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I think, your baseline of mental health is dependent on where your goals are. So if you have high goals, if you have high expectations of yourself, if you have a high potential, then you're going to be unfulfilled with doing nothing. But if you don't really have those high expectations, if you're just an average normie motherfucker, you go drinking a few times a week, then, by doing nothing, by not progressing, maybe that's just your baseline. So you don't feel depressed, you don't feel unfulfilled because that's your average day. You know what I'm saying? That's your average week. But for me, if I am stagnant, if I'm bored, if I'm not doing anything, if I am not making progress towards my goals, if I'm not fulfilling the conquest that God has put me on this earth to fulfill, then I feel like a failure. I feel like I am falling short of my true potential. And that's how I currently feel. I genuinely feel like, I just genuinely feel like shit right now, to be honest. And even making this video, I don't ever want to portray this negative energy. Like, that's just not what I want to do. That's not what I'm about. I want to be positive. I want to be charismatic. I still want to convey the message with the most positivity that I can muster up within me. But, it's hard at these times because really I've just been feeling like shit lately. Like, I'm not even going to lie. You know what I'm saying? This is not a scripted video. I don't give a fuck how it turns out. This is kind of just for my own mental health. I want to get this shit off my chest. So yeah, I've just been watching YouTube. I've been in this really deep rut of, watching Netflix, watching YouTube, frying my dopamine receptors day in and day out. Not sleeping in time. I've been staying up until like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. each and every single day. That's so fucking unhealthy, you know what I'm saying? And it's so out of character for me as well, because I've never been doing that shit. I've always slept at like 10 p.m. max or 11 p.m. because, I've just got tired. But recently I've just been staying inside. I've not been going out. I've not been going for these gratitude walks that I usually go to. And yeah, I just don't even get tired by the end of the day. Like, that's just how you haven't done shit that day, when you don't get tired, when you don't just naturally fall asleep. So yeah, it's kind of sad to see this shit, bro. I'm at my downfall, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, I've accept the fact that life is full of ups and downs. You know, one day it could be really good, the other could be really bad. And I'm just going through a bad period per se. I'm going through this bad emotional phase. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna learn from this shit. You know, I'm gonna climb out of this shit. You know, soon it will happen. Like next week, I'm gonna go for a summer break with one of my friends. And I'm not really gonna be able to make videos. I'm not gonna be consistent with my shit once again. But hopefully that will give me a new insight. I just wanna be really social. I wanna try out my social skills when we go to summer break. There's gonna be a lot of bitches and shit. Yeah, it's gonna be good. So yeah, that's all I wanted for today. Like, I know this maybe didn't have much value in it. Maybe it did. Maybe you could resonate, but you know, that's just what I wanted to say.